Hello everybody, here a new video from Rene from Spain. And first I'd like to thank Hugh Morgan from England because he made a video. I sent him one of my fanzines and he made a video showing my fanzine, and it was very nice the way he was talking about me and about the fanzine, etc. I will put a link to his video underneath this video, then you can check it out yourself. And also check out his other videos. You know, he's very much into heavy metal, death metal, black metal, and extreme stuff like that. And that's he's quite a cool chap. Okay, in this video I'm going to show some of the records I bought lately. And in the background I'm listening to this album by Aborted. Yeah, I'm listening to this one, the Gore Megadon. You see, this came out in 2003, only this is a re-release from 2009 that also comes with the Hematobic EP, you know, 3 extra tracks. Okay, it's on Digipack. You know, these guys play brutal death metal, especially on this release and the older releases. You know, they play pure brutal death metal, but the cool thing about this band is that they know how to compose songs that are really catchy too. You know, it's brutal death but catchy, and I think that's very cool. Another band that can make this type of brutal death metal is Cattle Decapitation. This is an album I bought recently, Humanure, and this came out in 2004. I want to show more stuff that I got lately. First, the CDs. This, another one by Aborted. Little by little I'm buying older albums. This is on Century Media. And this album came out in 2008. Purification, A Torch to Pierce the Night. This is also a very cool death metal band. I think they're from Italy. They have 2 records. This one's from 2012 on Bastardites Recordings. I bought this live album by Guns N' Roses that I never bought when it came out in 1999. I don't know why I didn't buy it. And this is the 2 CD edition, because you also have one that only comes with 1 CD. And this is just a great live album with live recordings from 87 till 1993, and it sounds very good. Each song sounds very good, and it has a lot of great songs on it. Like some of my favorites will be Don't Cry, Sweet Child of Mine, of course, it's a great song. My Michel, Night Train. Let me see more things. Yeah, Knocking on Heaven's Door for the cover song. That's okay, but Estranged, I really like Estranged, you know, from the Use Your Illusion. Paradise City, very good. Talking about Guns N' Roses, I also bought this box set. This has the DVD and 2 live CDs, and this was recorded back in 2012 but released in 2014, and I really recommend this because I think it's very good. It's a great set list. Of course, there's only extra rows from the original lineup on here, and also we have the keyboard players on here too. That was on the Use Your Illusion album. And here we have Dizzy Reed. I'm talking about Dizzy Reed. Here we have the band. Appetite for Democracy is the name of this release. This also came out on Blu-ray, but this is just a DVD because I don't own a Blu-ray DVD player or Blu-ray player. And it has many songs from Chinese Democracy. I mean, Chinese Democracy, it came out in 2008. I really like that album nowadays. You know, I didn't really like it so much when it came out, but now I played it very much the last months again, and I really liked that album. You know, they play a couple of songs, and the songs on here from that record sounds very good. And of course, many classics. You know, Live and Let Die, Civil War. And the DVD is very cool. You can check the DVD out on YouTube. If you like it, buy this release, because it also comes with the 2 CDs. Plus some interviews. It's a very cool release, this. Appetite for Democracy. Another very cool release is this compilation, Dutch Steel, 80s metal from the Netherlands. Already some people show this, like Greenough showed this on triple vinyl. And the reason I didn't buy the triple vinyl, because on a High Roller Records, I saw it was for sale, and it was 39 euros. And this was 20 euros cheaper. This was 19 euros. And of course I want to buy a lot more things, that's why I thought I'm gonna buy just the CD version, double CD, and because I'm happy with this. And I can play this in the car, I can put it on my iPod, and of course it has a lot of great songs by bands like Picture, the Dutch Exciter, the Dutch Sword. And a lot of these bands only released a single and some demo. Two bands that are really missing on here, that I think should have been on here, I think so, you know, it's like Vulture, the Dutch Vulture, you know, they released a couple of technical thrash metal records in the early 90s, I think, but they also released a couple of demos. Already the first demo, I think, came out in 84, and they were playing heavy metal back then, and I think they should have put at least one track of Vulture on here from that demo from 84. Another one they could have put on is Attila, you know, the Dutch Attila. Also they released the demo, and they could have put it on here, because back then they were also playing more heavy metal style, and would have fit up very good on this one. But still, it's an amazing release. I really like it, and it sounds very good too, even if some songs are demo songs. Good. Some other things I want to show. Okay, the new Enforcer from Beyond on Nuclear Blast. On the hype sticker it says here, I don't know if you can see it, limited edition to 300 copies, and it says limited edition gatefold LP, but it's not a gatefold, it's just a normal sleeve. Strange. The lyrics. This is such a great album. It reminds me very much of Diamond. You know, Diamonds. It's a little more melodic than the pre-release record or their debut, but it reminds me very much of Diamond, their second full-length album. It has many great songs, especially I like From Beyond. That's a special, it's a haunting song. It's very cool, you know. It reminds me a little bit of the 80s horror movies, you know. And also I like Mask of Red Death. That's the longest track on this album. And of course, like on all Enforcer records, there's again a great instrumental track, Hungry They Will Come, the first track on the B-side. I have to get this on CD too, because I like to listen to this in the car, you know, it's such a great record. Okay, some vinyls I'm going to show. Eden. This band, of course, released this record. I already own this. I mean, this is just something I want to show. And two members, David Young and Gary Winslow, they're on this release too. This came out, I think, in 2009 on Halion Records, on the German label. And this is great US heavy metal. You know, US metal. And of course, Michael Henry and Rick Scott, they both died. You know, Michael Henry, he was also in Allied Forces, and he died. And the guitar player Rick Scott also died. Because of course you only find here two original band members. Really a cool release. Check this one out. And this came out on blue vinyl. And the Enforcer also came out on blue vinyl. I forgot to show that. On light blue. Oh, I think I showed it. Stupid. I'm getting confused because I'm listening to Aborted in the meantime too, and I'm getting crazy here. Anyway, this one I'm going to show a little later. This one too. Okay. Deep Machine, Rise of the Machine, on High Roller Records. New wave of British heavy metal. This is actually an old band, and I think they never released anything back in the 80s. And this is their first full-length album. And I also bought their EP, a 3-song EP, also on High Roller Records. And these guys, you can see they are quite old, because you know they lived the 80s, and of course then you look older, the early 80s. You see, you can see these guys were already playing in bands, maybe back in 1980, 1981. I also bought this one, Benin, that some people from the VC already showed. I think LJ showed it, Greenough. LJ I'm not sure, but Greenough I think yes. And also the guy that showed this was Aaron, the metal theologian. And this is from '86 originally, and it goes for a lot of money, like for 200 euros, 250 euros. But this one is of course a re-release. I bought this also from High Roller Records. Then the new Protector, reanimated Homunculus. This of course is they still play old school death thrash metal. And this record is so good. I mean, I really love this album. This came out in 2013 on High Roller Records. And it's just a very good album. I mean, it's really surprised, this record. I should have bought it 2 years ago when it came out. Protector, reanimated Homunculus. Great release, old school. You can see these guys. I mean, they are old school. I mean, they really look like back in the 80s, like the way they did in the 80s. And also like the t-shirts they have on, especially by Bestial Mockery. I mean, it's a great band, Bestial Mockery. Good. Let me see, some more things. This one's I've been playing. Yes, oh yes. I want to show something. I bought the re-release of Twisted Sister Come Out and Play. And for the first time on this full-length album, you find the song King of the Fools. And this is Gatefold. See? And before, that song, King of the Fools, only came out on this tape. See, on the tape version. You see, on this tape, you had that song on. And also that song was released like a 7-inch single. But on the original, this is the original Twisted Sister Come Out and Play album. The one you can open here. That song is not on it. And this is not a gatefold either. See, they used the inlay. And they used it to put it inside like a gatefold. Looks very nice. And this came out on Back on Black Records. And this is limited edition colored vinyl. This is a quite nice color. I'm really happy with this re-release. They did a great job. It sounds good, and the quality is good. It's very hard, you know. It's a hard cover. That's why it's quite nice to have this in my Twisted Sister collection. Good. Oh yes, another thing I want to show is this album. There are a lot of people are showing nowadays. Also Nathan showed this album. He just bought it recently. And the reason I bought this one again, because I already own this. Let me see. See, I already owned a copy of this album. See? But the reason I bought this again, because this has only was a limited edition, because most of them didn't have this picture disc. But this one has this picture disc. You see? And this has an interview with the band and a song called One Last Chance. That's not on the Power and Passion album. This is a very cool edition, I think. You have the records, it's in here. You know, the vinyl plus the picture disc. Nowadays, be careful because they're selling this separate, you know. But this came with a limit back in '85. This came out in a limited edition. You know, like I don't know how many copies they made of the vinyl and the picture disc version. I think it was like maybe 1,000 copies. It's a great record. And now that I'm showing Mama's Boys, I also like to show you this tape that I bought from the United States. And here you can find the song that is only on this particular edition from the tape. There's some other tape versions of this album from '84, and that doesn't have this song. If the Kids Are United. If the Kids Are United is a great track. I love that song, and you can see a video clip of that song on YouTube. They even made a video clip by it. But that song is only on this tape. You know, on this version of the tape, because there's some other tapes in circulation of this record, and that song is not on it. That's why this is quite a cool item. I also bought this lately. And now that I'm showing Mama's Boys, I like to show some vinyls I own by them. because now everybody's so much into Mama's Boys, and I really like them too. Here we have Live Tonight by Mama's Boys, of course, from I think it was from 1991. You see, a live album. Here we have a maxi single, Waiting for a Miracle. See, with 3 tracks. Here we have, of course, the Mama's Boys records. This is probably my favorite Mama's Boys album. I really like this because songs like Runaway Dreams, Gentleman Rouge, that song is maybe the heaviest Mama's Boys song ever. It's great. Midnight Promises, a very commercial song, even came out like a 7-inch single. In the Heat of the Night is a great song too. This is such a great record. It's really, really great. Here we have the one that came out before this one, Turn It Up, from 1983. And some songs on this record later also appear on this one. Like Midnight Promises, no, Midnight Promises, of course, yes. And Gentleman Rouge again is also on this one. Here we have a Higher Ground maxi single. This is a double one, 2 vinyls, maxi single. And this came out, of course, when they released the Growing Up the Hard Way vinyl. See, it's a double 12-pack. And here, Growing Up the Hard Way. And they had a great singer here. I mean, because the other guy stopped singing, Pat McManus, he stopped singing. I think he was the singer first. Yes. And he stopped singing, and they got a new singer called Kate Murray, that also worked later with the Phenomena. And he was on the Air Race album too, singing. It's really a good release. No, Johnny McManus, the bass player, he was the vocalist before from Mama's Boys. And here we have Kate Murray. Great vocalist. But this album is okay, but it's more hard hour, you know, like more melodic. But I prefer the more heavier albums. Okay, this is everything I want to show. Once I'll make a Mama's Boys video showing some singles and all the stuff. But for now, this is what I've showed by them. And that's it. I think that's everything I want to show. I hope so you like this video, and stay heavy, everybody.